Right, good day guys, welcome back to my channel, and got a bit of a surprise drop here for you today, because this turned up early. A physical copy of this turned up early, and believe it or not, even though I only ordered this at the tail end of last week, and this I don't think is due out until Tuesday, it was shipped on Friday, so I thought maybe it's going to land on Monday, which is still a day early, but I had Royal Mail drop it off today, which was Sunday of all days. So they must be working on Sundays through the festive period here in the UK to make sure they don't get any form of backlog. But anyway, here we are. I've got the game early, on disc, physical release. I've already had a go with this game, and I must be some kind of uh, nut job, because I don't know why I do it to myself, because every time I play these kind of games I always kind of say to myself, I'm done with buying and playing these cheap cash grab simulator games, but I always see something in, whether it be a trailer or another stream or another preview of a game, and I always think, do you know what, that looks quite a chill game, quite a relaxed game. It didn't break the bank at all, so like the idiot I might end up being, I caved and I folded and I ordered it, and I folded quicker than Gemma Collins trying to resist a free food buffet. But anyway, I digress. Like I say, I've had a go at this already. As you can see, I've got 2 saved games there. For the sake of this video, I'm going to start again, and I'm going to start again because a patch dropped for this about an hour ago, and I'm hoping the patch fixes something, because I had an issue with the game very early on, and it will become very clear and very apparent to you of the issue I have, and let's see if I have the issue again. It's only on the second job that I do that I have the issue, and it's a bit concerning, to be fair. So I'm going to start, like I say, a new game so that you can see how this unfolds. So welcome to Road Maintenance Depot. You can switch the camera view with R3 to change from third to first person view and back. So first person view, third person view. Use the left stick to move around, and click the left stick down to sprint. On the small map, your position is shown as an arrow pointing in the viewing direction. The exclamation mark symbol on this small map indicates your current destination. Move there now. The destination is also marked with a coloured symbol in the world, i.e. that there. So if I hop over here. Before I do that, hang on, no, it won't let me. I was going to go in the settings and show you the settings, because the settings are very bare bones indeed. So we're coming here. You have a new destination. Go to the reception desk in the building. So let's go see Sandra in here. It's nice to have you here. Now in spring, there is a lot to do. First, you will do a control drive with our brand new pickup. Vehicles are started with triangle, and the parking brake is operated with L1 and triangle. But before you jump into work, here's a new piece of equipment, the order tablet. We're in constant contact with it, and it gives you a lot of information. Use the touchpad to show and hide the tablet. Now select the menu item, Tasks, and you'll see the task marker on the overview map in the tablet. Select the task marker to view and start the task. So you press the touchpad, that brings up the tablet. In here you've got vehicle progress settings, music, because there is a full radio in this. Which for the sake of this video I'm not going to play, just in case I get copyright hit in any way. I won't play it, so I won't play any music. And as the game currently stands, it's got very little atmosphere, because there's no music, because there's not much going in the way of ambience. But we'll wing that, and we'll have to run with that, because I don't want any copyright hits. So tasks, let's select tasks. So control route. The marked section of the road must be inspected. Drive this route from one end to the other with a vehicle, route 1. So let's select it, And these are the work steps here on the left hand side. Use the pickup, drive to the starting point of the control route, turn on the signal light, drive the control route to the end, turn off the signal light, drive back to the depot, clean the vehicle, refuel the vehicle, park the vehicle back in the hall, or the garage, and the task and then can be completed in the tablet. So we'll start that. Now, you know I said that a patch dropped for this about an hour ago. I'm going to tell you straight away, right? There's already a massive improvement here. So I've got my fingers crossed, and I've got everything I can crossed here that it's also fixed the other issue I had in reference to driving a particular vehicle when I played this earlier on in the day. But in this area in particular, when I played this earlier, there was a lot of artifacting going on here with the walls, the graphics and stuff, and the textures on the walls were like shimmering and flickering, and it's all gone. So I've already got quite high hopes. Maybe the patch that I got earlier is what's meant to be the day one patch. Because like I say, I've received this early. And I don't think this is out officially until Tuesday. But I have seen other people posting previews of this up, which is why my interest peaked. And which is why I may ultimately regret it and be sitting here in a week's time going, why have I done it to myself? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep buying these type of games that are just very, very lame ass cheap cash grabs? Or I may think completely the opposite of that and actually turn out to think, you know what, it's not a bad game. It's quite chill, it's quite relaxed, it's not very tasking. But it's something to pass the time away, you know, when you just want to kind of kick back and do something a little bit less taxing. So anyway, let's go over to here, use the pickup. So let's go in here. So you press X on the wall to, yeah, I've got the artifacting back here on the floor, the speckles as I call it. Now I had them in that office when I played this earlier on. I haven't got them in the office now, but I've got them here. So maybe it's still going to be the problems are going to persist. We'll see. This is the vehicle in question that I had an issue with earlier, and the issue I had was I was doing a task where I had to plant some trees, and when I'd got all the necessary tools and equipment on the back of the trailer, including a digger, an excavation piece of attachment on the back, I was trying to drive the truck, and the truck would not go above 14 miles an hour. It was like it was stuck in first gear. We'll see if that rectifies, or if it's been fixed when I get to that task, which is only the second task to be fair. The first task is to drive this. So let's start the engine. Oof, that was a bit odd. There is dynamic weather in this, by the way, and the dynamic weather is completely random. Because on one of the streams that I saw of this game going, when someone was doing this task, on his particular stream, it was snowing, of all things. It rained and then it started snowing, which was odd within itself in a way, because the lady in the reception office there, when she was talking to me, said that it was spring. Now, I know it's not completely unheard of for it to be snowing in spring, but still, it was a bit of an odd thing to happen. Right, you can go in first person in the vehicle, but it's, yeah, you've got the artifacting there on the frame next to the windshield, just above my left hand. There's some weird speckle effect going on there, so that's not completely being removed. But I do prefer the external view, to be fair, because I feel like the turning is much better, or feels better, and I can see around me as well when I'm turning corners. But now it wants me to turn on the signal light, which in effect it means the hazard or the beacon. So I turn that on, and then I've got to literally just drive this route. And as I'm driving the route, he kind of makes note of things that need to be fixed. So I've just got to drive this, and the weather is random because I didn't have this fog and this mist that I've got here at the moment. I didn't have this on my run of this task on my playthrough earlier on. I got a bit of rain as I was pulling back into my depot, but I didn't get any of this fog. Because as you can see on the top left, I'm discovering issues as I'm driving this control route, whatever it is, and whether they are going to then become tasks to do later remains to be seen. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it was a bit of an impulse purchase. It was kind of like, you know, I'm a bit of a sucker for these kind of games, as you can clearly see. The fact that I caved and bought this, and I had the original first game on Xbox, but I bought this one on PS5. I'm playing this on PS5 Pro. If I quickly go to the options here, so that you can see, there's literally nothing in the settings. There's the controls. There's input bindings, which shows you what the buttons do, and then there's audio. There's nothing to change any of the graphical settings whatsoever. So that's all there is to it. So it feels very, very bare bones, this. It feels as if it could have, with them calling it Road Maintenance Simulator 2 Winter Services, it almost feels like it could have been a DLC, but they've grabbed the bull by the horns and gone for a full release and charged upwards of like £22 here in the UK for this, which is what I paid. So like I say, it didn't break the bank as such, but still, you know, it depends how many hours I get out of it, whether I even can tolerate it, if it has problems that persist, problems that don't get fixed, and it becomes the usual case of a game being thrown out and having very little or next to no post-release support, which isn't unheard of with Aerosoft stuff. And I'm talking from past experience, from somebody that's invested. And some of you may say, some viewers, somebody watching may say quite foolishly, I've invested quite a lot in Aerosoft games over the years. I say invested, I meant, you know, I've been a sucker, I've been pulled in, I've bought the games, I've played them, and they turned out to be either a short stab of fun or utter trash, as was the case with On the Road, that some people patiently waited for it to be fixed over time, and it just never. I think ultimately people were very, very let down by that game, because ultimately it never got to a point where it was acceptable. But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and you kind of sometimes go in and think, are they learning anything as they release games like this? Are they listening to feedback? Are they watching the feedback? Are they watching the community, listening to the community? Are they taking anything on board? Or are they just, they've got a carefree attitude where they just throw them out, know that they might sell a few hundred copies and think, yeah, we've made the money back. It is what it is. I sound like I might be being a bit unfair, but we'll see how we fare on this now. And if I have the so-called issues with the truck that I had earlier on, where I can't seem to accelerate past 14 miles per hour and feel like I'm stuck in first gear, then we'll give it another chance on the official release date to see if there's any other form of day one patch. And we'll see how it fares on the release day. After that, we're in unknown territory then of will they ever fix it, or is that it? It's thrown out. They sell whatever they sell and they go back and make the next piece of video game entertainment that they throw together. So turn off the light, and now I've got to drive back to the depot, so I need to turn around, because I went past my turning, to be fair. So it wants me to clean the vehicle. I mean, the graphics on this, let's try find some positives. The graphics aren't terrible on this. No, I've seen worse. They're not pushing the limits of the PS5, or especially the PS5 Pro, if we're to be truthful. But they're not dreadful. You know what I mean? They're pretty well put together. They do the job, if you're with me. The refueling is a bit weird, because you'd think, right, with how I've just been jet washing the car with a jet wash and a hose, that maybe they'd apply the same kind of thing with the refueling. But they don't. The refueling is, you literally just stand here until you get the prompt, and then you hold the X button down, and then bottom right hand side, you'll see the fuel going up. With that little green bar. Strange how they haven't adopted the same kind of principle as with the cleaning, where you actually grab the hose and have to put the nozzle in a tank, in a hole, but no. So very, very odd, some of the decisions. So now I've got to put the vehicle back in the hole. Then we'll close that. See, I like all this kind of stuff, the interaction of the hands-on with the garage doors, and I like as well the interaction of when you're loading the trucks, as you'll see on my next task. I like all that kind of stuff. It's neat. It's a good idea to give you a bit more immersion. It's just some of the bare basic stuff that they get wrong sometimes that completely undoes all the good work, or the good, the good stuff, the small details. So back to open the task tablet with it, and then complete the task. So if I go to the task, bottom right hand side, you've got complete. You click on complete. Excellent. Now you can accept a new task. So in each season, there are tasks that can only be completed in that season. Once you've completed these tasks, you can move on to the next season. Check the progress in the task tablet and change the season there if necessary. So let's bring up this. Ah, right, so I'm in spring, and I can change if I want to, at any time I want to on the fly. But for now, we're going to stick with, we've just done the control route. It's weird how it would let me do that again, from what I can see there. It doesn't tick it off as to say, that's done, because that's the one I've just done. Unless it's a different, no, it might be a different route actually, it says route 3, so maybe it is a different route. Maybe I'm being unfair there, because I saw that earlier on and immediately thought, I've just done that one, why is it not put a big green tick to say that one's done? But we're going to do the plant trees one, because this is the one where I want to see if they've, the patch that I had earlier, it was only a small patch, it was only about 800 or so meg, but I want to see if that patch has fixed this issue with the truck. Because I've seen, like I say, I've seen some previews of this game, which is why the impulse I need to buy this game, because I'm a sucker, radar went off. And on that particular stream that I watched, or the previous stream I watched, when that guy was driving the truck I'm about to drive now, he didn't have any issues driving the truck and getting up to full speed, but I did. Let's see if the same problem still persists. So plant trees. This task consists of several work steps. Block the village road, excavate soil for the tree seedlings, plant the tree seedlings and lift the blockade of the village road. So that's the general idea. Then I've got a massive big list of everything I've got to do on the left hand side there that I'm not going to fully read out. We'll tackle it head on. So use the flatbed and drive to the storage. So you always know where you got to go, because the door is flashing there, the door control is flashing. So X to open the door. There is some licensed vehicles in this, by the way. You've got a man flatbed, That isn't licensed though, and I don't think that is either. I'm not sure what other vehicles there is, to be fair. I've not had a look. I'm not sure if I can freely just get in here. Let's have. Oh, I can freely get in. So let's have a quick nosy in here. So that is, I think, for tarmacking. If I recognise that from tarmacking roads from Construction Sim. We've got a licensed. Have we got a licensed truck here? I can't see because the camera angle's a bit finicky. Doesn't look like it's a licensed truck. So that isn't licensed. It does look as if it's floating. The back end is floating as well. This might be licensed, is it? Is it? Nope, maybe that isn't either. So it looks like the only licensed vehicle that I have so far is the man flatbed. And that is it. There's no... Well, there is bigger heavy duty trucks, but they aren't licensed. Surprised they haven't got a man truck, considering they've got a man van. Is it man or MAN, whatever it is. Let's close that anyway. Let's go get the flatbed. Let's get in the flatbed. Start the engine. Drive to the storage, which is this one. This way. That's it. Round here. So again, you're going to see where I like, you know, hands-on stuff, how you have to put those flaps down. Then you have to pick these up and put them on. And I need 4 of these. Close the flap. Get back in the truck, and then I have to drive and block the road first. That's the first task. We have got a night and day cycle on this as well, even though I don't think... Is it highlighted on the tablet? Oh, it is, yeah, there is a time on the tablet. So you have got working headlights, you've got working windscreen wipers as well. You have got working indicators, but I can't be bothered to use them because they're a bit finicky how you have to press a combination of 2 buttons. So far so good, but it was like this earlier on anyway. This, you know, the pickup was fine, this flatbed was fine. The problem came in when I had to get the all-purpose vehicle and put the excavator on the back of it. That's when the problem started. And we're going to see if the same issue starts again, or is present still after the patch. So you park up, you turn on the signal light, which is the beacons, turn the engine off, open the side, grab your barriers, make sure your pointer is pointing there at that marker, and then press the circle to drop it down. So far end of the street for the next 2. Could drive the truck down there, but we'll run it. We'll run. That's already sprinting, that is. That's walking. sprinting. Look, frame rate drop as I run past that. That's very odd. So the road has been blocked. So turn off the signal light, which I've already done. Oh no, I haven't. I've turned them on. Now I've got to turn them off. Then it wants me to drive back to the depot. Then is going to be the moment of truth, because then I'm going to grab the all-purpose vehicle, and then we're going to see how it fares. So turn off the signal light and drive back to the depot. So let's reverse it back up. Engine on. Oh, I could have gone the other way, to be fair. My gut instinct has kind of sent me back the way I came, but I could have gone down the road, or I blocked, in all truth. Whoa, 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 sorry. I mean, the detail on the map, it looks very nice. That draw distance there in the distance. I mean, those two chimneys there, them chimney stacks, and then the wind farm. Oops, in front there, and the crane as well. Look at the crane on the horizon. So, you know, some of the detail is very nice. In all honesty. And if they fix these issues, or this issue if it's still present, and any other issues along the way, and just generally refine the game, you know, if you get like a few hours out of this, then you know, of almost fun. Oh, I forgot to put the flat back up. I can do that in a minute. Then, you know, I've certainly spent 20, you know, just a few more quid than £20 on far worse than this in the past. So, here you go. Use the all-purpose vehicle. So now we're going to see. Now, this is a weird one, this, right? Because watch. So the all-purpose vehicle is in here. This vehicle reminds me of the Tuz from Expeditions, a SnowRunner game, or a Mudrunner game, Expeditions. Oh, camera. So, as I'm driving around this yard, look at my speed, bottom right. It's fine, yeah? It's reaching speeds of 39, 40, 45, yeah? It's absolutely fine. But the minute I slapped this thing on here, earlier on, I don't know about now, but here comes the moment of truth. The moment I stuck this thing on, earlier, the moment it all went a little bit pear-shaped. So I put the excavator on the back of the truck, like so. Then it tells me that I've got to use the control panel. And the controlling of this is all done by the D-pad. So up on the D-pad for do that. Then R1 and left or right on the D-pad to rotate it. And then there you go, that's on, right? Let me just rotate it that way a bit. So as far as I'm concerned, that's on. So then I point back there, that puts the control pad back, because he was holding it in his hand while controlling the crane. Then I get in the truck, start the engine, and then I've got to load the trees on the back of the truck. Yeah, the problem's still there, look, look! So there's your answer. Now, have I done something wrong there? Because when you go to the input bindings, there is, when you're in a vehicle, there is no option that I can see there for gears. But it's like I'm stuck in a gear. And I don't understand it. I do not understand. If I'm missing something blatantly obvious, then please, by all means, comment below. Pop me a solution down below. I will welcome a solution with open arms to this. Because I don't know why I'm still going through the motions of doing this, because it's going to take me forever and a day to drive to where I need to get, with it being stuck in first gear like that. But I've got to put these trees on the back of the truck anyway. So, you know what I mean? I love all this stuff. All this hands-on stuff that I'm doing here. I love it, but it's a nice touch. But I'm only on task 2, and I'm already struggling. Because of, I don't know what. So drive to the task location it wants me to do now. So it wants me to drive where I've blocked that road off, which was quite some distance away. But driving like this all the way there, look. I don't understand. I thought, is it because I've got this big weight on the back or something? And then maybe I'm supposed to put a weight on the front. If you hold R1 and R1 and L1 together, it shows you the controls. Signal light, parking brake. I mean, I haven't got the parking brake on. Because parking brake is done with L1 and triangle, and then you can see it in the speedometer, bottom right. Parking brake is on. Parking brake is now off, and yet I don't seem to be able to drive any faster than this, and that doesn't seem right to me. The other stream I saw of this on YouTube, he didn't have this issue where he couldn't accelerate in the truck, and it only seems to be when I put the crane on. So what is causing it? I do not understand. So that lifts that. Ah, right, okay. See what I mean? How good a touch is that? Loading area, lift lower. Answers on a postcard for this one. For anybody that is watching this video. Because I end up causing a tailback. You can't interact with anything in here. So I am absolutely perplexed by this. Anyone at Aerosoft care to shed a light on why my truck seems to be stuck at this speed? Because that's horrendous, and I don't know what's causing it. Because like I say, there is no, in the input settings or bindings, there appears to be nothing to control the gears. We're going to try and see this job through, just because I want to see what the excavation is like. Even though it's going to take me a week to drive to where I need to get. I don't know what it means when it says loading area, lift and lower. We'll get rid of that because it's of no use. I've got to drive it back as well, because even when I take this the tree saplings off, it's still going to drive this speed, because it did it as soon as I put the crane on the back, or the not the crane, the excavator on the back. Maybe this is intentional, to make the game length longer. So we get the tree from there and then place it. Now we can't run when he's carrying this. This is his maximum speed. Did I grab one too many trees, by the way, or not? I've got a feeling I did, you know. So extend the support to dig soil out of the traffic islands with the excavator. So let's try this one first. Let's see how finicky this is, eh? Or is it going to surprise me? So the supports are out. Oh wow. That's never as far as it goes. as far as it goes. Right, okay, okay. Why would not open that and get rid? Unless I'm supposed to get 100. Unless I'm supposed to get the bucket completely full. Let's have a look. There we go, got 100. Now we're going to go back up. Wow. So where am I supposed to dump it? Just towards the side? Maybe. I'm not even getting a prompt of what to do next in the job now. I can't put the control back down. Yeah, well, let me put the control back down there. Right, tell you what. Cancel task. So what we got? Water trees, prune trees, storm damage. Trees fall onto the road due to the storm needs to be cleared off. We're going to try this. I mean, this only requires a flatbed truck, so... And then we've got a line traffic sign. Traffic sign needs to be realigned on the marked section of the road. Just needs a quarter screwdriver and a flatbed. Let's start with that one. Huh. What's gone on there? Oh my god. Game. because I've cancelled the task, where I was in the job's completely disappeared, and I've got a big gaping hole. Granted, I walked into it, but I kind of did too intentionally to see if it was a hole that I could fall into, and now I'm completely stuck. Now I can't get out, and I don't think there's any kind of fast travel. I'll be amazed if there is. No, I don't. No, that just goes home on the tablet. So I can't fast travel. Let's see if I go to save games. Go across the save game. Ah, there you go. So that has put me there. Now, question is, are all my vehicles back where they should be? Yes, they are. Now I've got a completely different set of missions, because that one that I had is gone. The one I picked about the road sign is gone. How bizarre. So the missions must be kind of randomised. Do you know what? I think I've seen enough. For the time being, I've seen enough. I'm going to give this a wide berth until its official release date on Tuesday to see if we get any form of day one patch. If I've been a complete moron and the fact that I couldn't seem to increase the speed on that truck was down to something I was doing wrong, and somebody comments below, tell me what I was doing wrong, and it wasn't the game, it was me, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say, great, at least I've got a solution, thank you very much, and I'll move on. But if not, then I'm going to take it that this is yet another case of me not listening to my head and jumping it with 2 feet and buying something that probably didn't deserve my money, in all fairness, from what I've seen thus far. But we'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see what happens on the official release date to see if there's any form of day one patch. I'll even post a video clip, to be honest, to Aerosoft and say, am I doing something wrong here, Aerosoft? Because I can't seem... It's like this truck is stuck in first gear. So, yeah, I'm going to leave this here. Yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. Please, by all means, comment, drop your comments below to let me know your thoughts on the game. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you think that I've been a douchebag and it's a complete pile of rubbish and I'm putting too much faith in these companies to fix these kind of games. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I post more content. Other than that, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.